Hi, let's see. I'm Ken Williams, and this is a quick start for Otto. First thing you want to do is see if we're talking to Otto. So let's send him a hello just to see if he's there. And you'll notice here I put a customer number and then that my request is hello. And this is just a message typed into Microsoft Outlook, but you can use any email program you want. The email address is otto@blog1.com. You always have to put Otto in the subject line, and there's the request, just the way it would be sent. If you don't know your customer number, it's important to get your own customer number. Then if you're a Talkspot user, you can look on your dashboard. WordPress users, look at the email you were sent when you were registered. Okay, if you sent that hello, then Otto will check his email, see it, and write back to you. And here it says, Otto is happy to meet you. And when he writes you back, he'll send you links to some other handy videos like this one and training materials to help you know how to communicate with him better. So let's, just to kind of get our feet wet, let's post our first blog entry. And here again, same thing. You write to the same email address, Otto's email address. You put Otto in the subject line. Tell him that you want to start a new blog entry. Each blog entry is completely independent of every other blog entry. And when you start a blog entry, you're only starting it with Otto. Only Otto knows about it. And but you give it a name. And here I just called it my first blog entry. Otto will acknowledge that he got your message. He'll say, okay, he started a new blog entry. And he'll give you a number that you can use in the future to refer to that blog entry. And in this case, it was 28. I mean, most times when you're working, well, if you start doing this now, you'll be starting with blog entry number 1. And remember, you can always post something to your site and then immediately go out and delete it. So don't worry about getting started. Just go ahead and start making a blog entry. Okay, here we're going to send the text, basically the words that appear in the blog entry. And because this is our first one and we're just experimenting, we're going to keep it super simple. So we just say, this is my first blog entry and a couple other words, and send it off as an email. A moment later, here's Otto back, and he says, you've just posted new text for, in this case, blog entry 1. And that's it. He's got the text. So next step, we write to him and say, preview. And you can preview the blog entry as often as you want. And if you change your mind about what should be in the text, you just send that same email back again with a revised version of the text, and he'll post new text, and then you can send another preview request. So basically, when you're doing a blog entry with Otto, you wind up sending him the text several times and doing several previews until you're happy with what you see. And here we see our blog entry, probably the most boring blog entry ever. You can actually get fancy with pictures and fancy formatting and maps and tables and all kinds of fancy things. But for this test, it's good just to get started and post your first entry. And to post it, you just send this email. You ask Otto to post the blog entry, and that's it. It's done. Thank you.